Hey everybody, welcome back to Blue Nick Adventures. As always, I'm your host, Rebel Squad. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic from the comic book universe that is blowing my mind. Okay, so this is different content than what I usually talk about on this channel, right? Usually we do like dip reviews, redneck stuff. But for those of you who don't know me personally, I'm a huge comic book fan. I have been since I was little, right? So I follow a lot of like pop culture, comic book, movie groups on Facebook and other social media platforms. And I have been seeing this for the past 3 days now that there are rumors. Now this isn't true yet, but it's just speculation. But these rumors state that Marvel is considering, because of backlash, retiring the Punisher logo and Frank Castle, the Punisher character himself. Retiring him, throwing the whole concept away, and just being done with it. Okay? Now, let's dive into this real quick. The big reason why they want to do this is because the police force, with the whole Blue Lives Matter movement and blah, 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 has kind of adopted this logo, and they're putting it on their squad cars and stuff like that. Now, before the police even touched on this, the military was using it as well. A lot of people associate that symbol with Chris Kyle, the American sniper. Other military units, battalions, whatnot, will put these, either do a painting of the Punisher skull or, the Death's Head skull, that logo on their Humvees, tanks, etc., etc. Now, the reason why Marvel got such a big backlash for this is because when the police force adopted it, they kind of took it as, it's kind of like a badass symbol, right? It is pretty cool. We all can agree on that. But at the end of the day, the Punisher symbol doesn't stand, or, it doesn't mean what the police are about. The police are about bringing lawful justice within the confines of legal means to bring down bad guys. The Punisher is not about that. He is about wiping out crime from existence. Okay? If you're out there snatching a girl's purse, the Punisher is going to put a cap in your skull. If you're out there selling dope to kids that are underage, the Punisher is going to probably cut off your fucking fingers. Okay? He doesn't act within the confines of the law. He doesn't. That's just not his character. That's not how he was written to be. But for people to start, telling Marvel that they need to retire this character altogether, really? What? Because he's a violent character? If that's so, then these same people should be saying that, well, hear me out. Just hear me out. Then characters like Red Hood should be taken away from DC. He's a very violent character in and of himself. He's an anti-hero. We could look at characters such as Ghost Rider as well. He's a killer. He's an anti-hero, yes, but he also carries out acts of vengeance. He is the spirit of vengeance, and he has killed many times. Okay? Characters such as Deadpool even. He's one of the most violent anti-heroes you could think of. And I like Deadpool. Got nothing against character. I'm just saying, if you're gonna dog on a comic book, on a publisher for having a character who is extremely violent, what do you expect? Sorry, I'm trying to mess up my mustache here. What do you expect from a character like Frank Castle? He's a hardened military motherfucker. Okay, now he has different backgrounds as far as what his military background was in different stories and whatnot. As far as I know, he was primarily Marine Corps, I believe. Most of the time, his story is set that he served in Vietnam, so he's in the older generation. But he also watched his family get gunned down in front of him. And before that, he was already a bit psychologically unhinged. And then add on to the fact that your family gets completely just mauled in front of you by gang violence. What do you expect this character to do exactly? So it's okay. Here's my thing. So it's okay for a character. You guys don't have an issue with a character like Batman watching his parents get murdered in front of him, and he grows up to go around beating the ever-living shit out of criminals. Even criminals that really are really just kind of committing petty thefts, still walk away with their bones broken, beaten, battered. You know, a lot of these people that get beat up by Batman probably has to go to therapy for the rest of their life. You know, you're okay with that, but you're not okay with a character who watched his wife and children get gunned down in front of him, and he was helpless to do anything, just like Bruce Wayne was when he was a child watching his parents get killed. You know, violence is in comic books. Sometimes, you know, it's a bit more PG. Sometimes it's not. But if you have an issue with Punisher, then don't read his stories. It's that simple. You don't have to. And to be honest with you, Punisher really is a character that's kind of easy to not have to come across in a lot of stories. Because in big mainstream Marvel events, sometimes he's involved, like War of the Realms he was involved in. Pretty freaking violent in that one too. But you don't always have to come across this character. And even if you do, just skip over that. It's not that hard. You don't have to read his content. You don't have to read his stories. But don't ruin it for people like me who love the Punisher. I don't like him because, you know, he's so fucked up. I don't like him because of the violence. I like him because he's a badass character who is not afraid of anything. Okay? He has faced off against some really powerful enemies with no fear. So, no, I don't think it's right for people to want to cancel the Punisher, throw away the whole concept of him and the logo just because, you know, maybe the police force misinterpreted what that logo is supposed to represent. I can understand that. Sometimes people aren't completely aware of what they're doing, okay? Or at least of what they're supporting or showing off. But shouldn't let that be a reason to cancel him. Tell me what you guys think. What do you think? Should the Punisher be canceled, or should we keep him in Marvel? Should we keep this character alive and the logo alive as well? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends about us over here at Blue Neck Adventures, because we can always use the support. And as always, we're going to be looking forward to new videos, new content, new adventures here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. But other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.